Are we rolling? We're rolling. Okay, lads, lassies, welcome back to the YouTube and welcome back to, as what I'm sure you can imagine from the name and the thumbnail and all the clickbait, it's basically going to be a tutorial video on how to do a back mobe on a wakeboard. So first things first, this reason I'm holding a dumbbell we'll get back to at the end of the video because it's like my secret tip for it. But yeah, basically we're back to the OG days today. We're in front of the bush, we're in Ireland, we've got some nice slow-mo footage and we're going to learn how to do the back mobe. The reason being, I would love to go out and do some crazy stuff, but as some of you know, I've hurt my back a little bit. I've been working on it at the physio and stuff and it'll be okay. It's just kind of time, but not even that long, like less than a week hopefully. So let's get into how to do a back mobe on the boat. So first things first is I'm actually going to already use this thumbnail. I'm going to pretend this is my handle. Long story short, I don't have my handle here, so I'm just going to use this dumbbell because it's about the same size. There are two extremely important fundamentals to the back mobe, and they are obviously a back roll, or more importantly actually a back roll to revert, and then of course a 360. Reason being, you want to be able to do a back roll to revert so you can get your body in that position and flip in that direction, and then the 360 because you need to know how to do handle passes and all that stuff. Boom. So I've come over here so I can insert basically with the back mobe at the same time as me talking. So as you can see in this video here, the approach, it's very like any back roll or back roll to revert. You want to have a nice progressive edge. Now what you'll notice in this video is I begin to flatten off. The reason being is on this particular example, I kind of came in a bit heavy and it's a big wake, so I had to slow down a bit. Nonetheless, as I take off, you'll see I ride through the wake, so I'm not kind of pushing away from it, I'm going up and through. As you take off and you're in the air, everything's the exact same as the back roll to revert. The only difference that you'll notice is my arms kind of come up a bit towards my nips here. That is probably a mistake. Like, unfortunately, watching that back, that's a bad habit. What you will notice though is in a minute when I begin to pass the handle pass is happening in my lower back, which is where every handle pass should always happen. When I'm in the air, you will notice everything has been the same at this point. We're not changing anything from a roll to revert or a half cab roll or whatever way you're going to do it. It's only when you get upside down, when you are about halfway through the flip, you're fully inverted, this is where the kind of mobe comes into it. This trick is all about trust, which is like the hardest thing for anyone. But effectively what's happening is, you want to, as you're upside down, you then want to pull like a normal 360 with two hands. I must also include the fact that before you begin to pull with two hands, you want to have spotted your landing, so you know you're kind of coming into the right end. At this point then, you're going to have to take off your initial lead hand, look over your shoulder, and then you just have to trust yourself that you're going to be able to come around. Everyone gets so scared, like everyone just shits bricks that they're going to catch a back edge, but hand to heart, you're way more likely to get a front edge than a back edge on this, and I'll explain that in a moment's time. Then as you're starting your spin, you're looking around, effectively you're actually looking for that landing again. You want to find that reference point. Then when you spot it, that's when you pass the handle. Then you'll notice I'm spotting the landing, and at the very last second, I look back into the boat. The reason you look back into the boat is because if you keep looking at that landing, that's where the back edge happens. And that is like my #1 secret. Actually no, it's my #2 secret. I'm gonna give you the real secret in a moment. But yeah, so you wanna actually spot the landing all the way to the end, and then boom, eyes on the boat, and that's gonna get you level. What I actually find is if you look to the shore, you kind of still leave yourself open to the back edge. So yeah, ideally, look into the boat. So I said you're more likely to catch a front edge than a back edge, and I wasn't joking. And the reason is, you will notice as I come out of it, my handle drifts out here, and then basically I land in this position as opposed to this position. The reason is I'm actually over spinning, so when I'm pulling a little bit hard, so I spin maybe 390 or 400 instead of 360, and the reason is then what I can do is I can slow my rotation down, and that avoids me from catching a back edge. The only downfall with that is if you don't push the handle out there and you keep it in here, you're going to come around, catch one of those bad face plants that nobody likes to get. So that is a woefully large amount of information to take in, so I'm just going to recap it a bit. Effectively, you want to come in, same edge as the roll to revert. You want to edge up through the wake until you're upside down, you're inverted, nothing changes. Then you want to pull with 2 hands. As you're pulling with 2 hands, you want to pull it down towards your hips, look around your shoulder, reach for the handle, spot the landing, and right as you're coming into the landing, you want to look up to the boat, push the handle away, bend the knees, and then it's just like, I just did a back mobe. I am now a legit pro wakeboarder. So that's it. But I do have, the dumbbell. The reason we have this dumbbell here, other than doing some bicep curls between scenes, is because I have a tip, and this is a tip for all spinning that I've never actually even talked about on the YouTube before, but I feel like now is an appropriate time. If you look, this is about the same size as the handle. It's about nip to nip wide. Don't know why I keep saying nip, but yeah, if you look at a lot of the tricks I do, if I'm going to be passing my handle this way, I will hold it to the right hand side. So as opposed to being in the middle, or what a lot of people do, this is not cool. Don't ever do that. I go like this, and the reason being, if I spin, look how much handle there is for me to grab. As opposed to if I have it here, I can only grab this bit. But if I have it here, boom, so much more to grab. Do you know what, guys? It's all genius in here. I don't know where I come up with this stuff, but I just do. But no, seriously, so I hope that tutorial helps you. I've never really done much difficult tutorials like this of like a high level. Like I think I did the whirly, and that's probably it. Like I don't even think I've done much 5 tutorials or anything. So I don't know, hopefully you liked the video, and hopefully it is helpful. I'd say give it a go. It's kind of similar on the cable, to be quite honest. Like obviously there's a few bits that change, like the takeoff and everything, but the concept of where you go to back mobe and what you do with the handle is all identical, and whether that's on the kicker or air trick. But yeah, I just hope you really enjoyed it. I think I've said that a few times now. Thank you so much for watching. If you try it and you like having any trouble with it, hit up docwake.com. that's my online coaching site. You can send in videos there. I can get back to you. It's a pretty legitimately cool platform. So yeah, have a look at that. But for now, thank you so much for watching. I hope you have a great day on the water, and yeah, just catch you in the next one.